Hi, I'm Lorraine, owner of pregnancyexercise.co.nz. I have 20 years experience in the fitness industry, and 15 of those I have been specialising in pre and postnatal corrective exercise and in health. In this video today, I want you to show you the exercises I have done to successfully turn 3 of my babies into the optimal position for birth. So how to turn a breech, posterior and transverse baby. Also, I'm going to show you the exercises that you need to avoid. I want to show you first, I want to demonstrate to you using my little girl's toy baby doll, is the positions that you don't want your baby to be in for a natural birth or a birth without too many medical interventions. Now, my first baby turned from optimal position, which is head down, into a transverse position, which is lying sideways across your body. Now, they can be lying either way, but they're lying across your body, head up or head down. My second baby was a breech baby. At 30 weeks she was breech. So that was bottom down, legs up and head up under the rib cage. Now, the only position that is quite hard to change is an extended breech, and that's with your baby's legs straight up towards its head. My third baby, I'm 32 weeks at the moment, at 30 weeks was positioned in a footling breech. So she had both feet down, bottom down, and her head was right up underneath my rib cage. Not great for the nice natural birth that I want, which I got with my second. I'll place this down. So I'm going to show you, first of all, the exercises you need to do to help turn your baby into the optimal Vertex head down position, and then I'll show you the exercises you need to avoid. So make sure you watch all the video. You need to keep your hips relaxed. So a good exercise to do, sitting on a Swiss ball and pelvic rotations. Hips are nice and relaxed, and what I did for the 10 days to turn this baby is do this exercise every day along with the others I'm going to show you, and do 10 hip circles each way, keeping again hips nice and relaxed, but you're not rounding out through your body. Okay, so just nice and relaxed on the Swiss ball. That's your first exercise. If you've not got a Swiss ball, don't worry about it. You can do that exercise in a standing position. So just keeping your hips nice and relaxed and hip circles. I stand up 4 hours a day, and this I think keeps my hips too tight. Okay, so if you stand up for your job, think about keeping your hips nice and relaxed. The second exercise I'm going to show you is using a beanbag. Now, this is possibly one of the best exercises to do, and I felt my baby turn around doing this exercise. I did this exercise 3 times a day for around about 10 to 20 minutes. If you've not got a beanbag, cushions or pillows will also do. Now, you want to place your hips up at this end, at the highest end. I take my legs over, place your hips up, let yourself relax down, and get your hips as high as you can up off the floor. Place your feet up on the beanbag, and then relax in this position. Now, after the ultrasound scan that I had at 30 weeks showing a footling breech, I knew that her head was here under my rib cage. So what I did is put an ice pack on here for a couple of days, which is also thought to help your baby move down into that Vertex position. What this position does is puts pressure on the fundus, which is your baby's head, and then gravity helps push them and flip them into that optimal birthing position. So try and stay here for 10 to 15 minutes. The next exercise I want to show you, the next position I want to show you, again using a beanbag or cushions at night when you're relaxing, get yourself down off the couch, sit back onto cushions and pillows with your hips open and sit in this position, nice and relaxed. Hold these positions for as long as you can. So that's 3 exercises and positions there to help try and turn your baby into the optimal position. Now, when you're sleeping at night, your sleeping position will also affect how your baby lies within your uterus. Now, you need to sleep on the left side of your body to help with circulation, but sometimes that can keep your baby in the wrong position. My first baby who moved transverse moved up out of my hip bones onto the right side. Her head was facing down. So I thought about this and thought that if I lay and slept on my right side, she might possibly move back into my hips. Sure enough, she did. With my second baby, again, she was breech, as same with my third, facing towards the left. So I thought about this and thought if I slept on my left side, it wouldn't make sense for her to actually turn around into the vertex position. Whereas if I slept on my right side, this would open my hips up and give her much more room to move down. So if you know which way your baby is facing or lying after an ultrasound scan or by your midwife, sleep on each side which you think would be the best position to flip your baby round. What I want to show you now is the positions that you need to avoid to reduce the chance of your baby lying in a posterior or transverse position. One of the worst things to do is to flex your hips and keep them in a posterior position. Posterior position caused by poor posture will force your baby to lie into a posterior or breech position. So avoid that. Think about your posture. Don't tilt your hips underneath you. Chest up and lift up through your chest and keep your hips at a slight anterior tilt. Sitting down on a chair, avoid sitting again with a flexed spine, which is posterior tilting. If you're in an office all day, you could be in this position for 6 to 8 hours. What you need to do is lift up, take your legs out wide on your chair if you can, and lean forward, opening up your hips. You've got to give your baby room to move down into your hips. It's actually a good idea, which I do and did, to help turn all 3 of my babies. I actually even sat and had my dinner at the table eating like this for a couple of weeks. The sooner you find out your baby's position, the better. If you can find out how your baby's lying at 28 to 30 weeks, you've got a good chance of turning your baby into the optimal position for birthing. If you do all these exercises, what I have just showed you, and avoid the positions, I would guarantee that you can turn your baby successfully within 2 weeks of trying out all these exercises. Please share your success stories on this video link. I really enjoy reading them and look forward to hearing about them. Thanks.